Or how will it affect Boston Brew's gameplay just coming off of a PB high and now he has to race?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Afroman might be a little bit more on high alert now rather than, you know, just playing kind of relaxed. Boston Brew having some terrible candles there. Already at like a 2-second disadvantage.
Yeah, this part's going to be silent every single time. So just be prepared for that in future LM races that you guys watch. It is so hard to talk through.
Boston. Not even a minute into the run and he's already like 4 seconds behind Afroman.
Oh.
But Afroman making a mistake of his own. Let's see if both of these guys did math glitch. I'm positive they did.
Afroman did, and so did Boston. That's what you like to see.
You like to see it.
You really do.
It seems like Afroman's having some better suck-up animations than Boston Brew here, so that's saving him a little bit of time. As you can see, Afroman is getting the twirls. Boston Brew got a few waves. Twirls are the most optimal suck-up.
Yeah. But not that easy to perfect.
Yep. All right, so you're gonna notice here, they're not gonna go for a double here. We used to double those ghosts up back in the day, but the ghosts in this game spawn in waves, and the next wave spawns after you suck up the ghost on the right. And Mr. Afroman slipping on a banana. He's not gonna be in the position he needs to be in, but he's gonna get the double just fine.
That was a janky double.
It worked though.
It did.
All right, so there's still like a 2.
Don't know why Boston is exactly sucking up that banana. It was not in his way.
All right, so Afroman gets a 226 exit. Boston gets a 229. Okay. It's like a 3-second difference.
All right. We will now see a nice little Neville suck up here. Again, not much to say here. Afroman gonna go for the top left here.
You know, I really thought Afroman was going to get hit by that book there. That was kind of a clinch-worthy moment. But yeah, I'm particularly excited for this race because this is like one of the first races we've had where the winner isn't really preset. So this one's just kind of up in the air.
Unlike, I believe, the last 3 races we've had.
Yeah.
Ooh, Boston not getting the cleanest suck up on Lydia here.
Yeah, that's just going to further Afroman's lead.
But a lead in Area 1 could become a large deficit in Area 4.
Even Area 2, for that matter.
Very true. A lot of things can go wrong in Area 2.
If one of these guys gets early release, that could be huge.
Interesting Chauncey setup from Boston here. All right. Now into the first area boss and the first boss in the game. Chauncey, who's just an oversized baby who Luigi is absolutely terrified of.
Yeah, pretty neat detail here that I feel like most people at least, already know about is The fight actually takes place in Chauncey's crib, so you know it's pretty cool.
That means Luigi is a fairly small boy.
Yep. So we're gonna move to the right away here because we want these rocking horses to attack us right away, so we can make the cycle go faster. Then they're gonna line up for a ball catch here. Afroman got it. Boston got it. And they're gonna intentionally let him go around 50 or so HP there. If Chauncey dips below 50 HP, he'll throw an extra cycle of rocking horses at you, and that loses about 3 or so seconds. So we tend to keep him at 50 HP or above, and you can't one cycle him either.
No.
So that's really our only option.
And the runners will get intentionally hit by these rocking horses here because it allows them to do this thing called invisible frames. And when you're in invisible frames, you can do that second ball catch. Now, if you do not get hit by that rocking horse, the ball will just hurt you. It'll land right on top of you, crush you, you'll take some damage.
Yeah, and you'll notice there that they knocked on the crib to store their invincibility frames just a tad longer so they could catch the ball, excuse me. Alright, so they're done with Area 1. It seems like Afroman has slightly faster mashing than Boston, so that could be huge later on, especially when we get to Clairvoya.
Oh man, Clairvoya is an absolute arm killer. Not a run killer, an arm killer.
Alright. So in about a minute and a half, we're going to be coming up to the first big RNG spot in the game. The floating Werlindas. So they can basically show their hearts 10 seconds earlier, 10 seconds late. It's just random. There's really nothing you can do.
But however, when you call up for Mario, it actually reshuffles RNG. So I don't know if that does anything really for you, but the Werlindas could show their heart sooner or later.
Yeah, it's just like kind of speculated that it does.
Yeah.
But yeah, if one of these runners gets it and the other one doesn't, that is a pretty sizable lead out of Boo Release. And I'd really like to see this room done really well. It's just so satisfying to see done optimally.
Oh, absolutely.
Afroman kind of in a weird spot here, but he gets the double nonetheless.
I genuinely thought he was going to get hit.
Oh,
Ooh.
I thought he had that.
Man, BostonBrew missing the third triple, which is the worst triple to miss. It loses you the most amount of time.
Getting early release. If
Boston doesn't capitalizing on the lead.
If Boston doesn't get this, that is a huge blow to the head. And doesn't. Man. At this point, I'd say he's about 20 seconds behind.
I think that's a fair comment.
Yeah, I think Afroman grabbed the key at 9:06, and it looks like BostonBrew is going to grab it at, high 9:25. Okay.
Was it 9:25?
I think it was a high 9:25, but...
Okay.
You know, does it really matter?
Eh. Alright. We're also going to see these runners here. You're going to see BostonBrew just recently do this. It's called post or skip. And basically, there's a poster supposed to be over that button which Afroman is about to press, and yeah, you can suck it up through the wall.
Yeah, and you'll notice that Boston Brew got it as well. If you just, when you're sucking up that first ghost, if you just hold back into the wall and then turn left and flick up on your C stick ever so slightly, you just suck the poster off the wall. The hitbox on it is massive. I don't know
Yeah,
why it bends to the other side of the room, but it just does.
yeah. If you actually do that without the wall there and start grabbing onto the poster, it will fling you to the poster.
Yeah. All right, so now they're going to do a little bit of backtracking here because we need 5 boos to progress with the next part of the game. So we're going to go back to rooms that we've already cleared and get 5 boos. Coming up in this first room here, they may potentially have the option to go for a tech skip. Afroman, we'll see what he decides to do here. There is something in there. Okay. So he attempted to go for it, but luckily he got the decoy out of the way first.
Now, I am interested to see if Boston Brew will attempt tech skip with the bump in the table like Afroman did.
It'd be nice to see him get because, you know, he needs that time save.
It's gonna be a decoy.
Oh,
Ooh. I got really scared there when he started going for it first, and like in my head, I'm just like, chances are it's a decoy. But luckily for Boston, I was wrong. I guess that would be anti-commentator's curse, wouldn't it?
I guess you could say that. So I'm not sure what kind of RNG Afroman got in the wardrobe room. I wasn't looking. I think it was shoe rack, but I'm
It
uncertain.
looked like all the wardrobes were still closed, so
Let's see if Afroman will go for the fabled boo double here.
nope.
Doesn't look like he would have had the RNG for it anyways.
Yeah. Now, will Boston? I mean, the sub one runner he is, will he go for boot double?
Yeah, I think right now there's about a
Nope.
16-second difference separating Afroman and Boston Brew. Boston has a 59:45 as of 2 days ago, and Afroman has a 1 hour and 1 second.
So close to that sub one mark.
I know.
And he has had that PB for 2 years now.
Yeah, he's been capable of sub 1 for years. It's just he's never gotten the run.
No.
Although it looks like he's on a pretty good run right now, so, you know,
He is on a really solid run.
imagine getting the sub 1 in a tournament race. That'd be pretty hype.
That would be pretty crazy. That would definitely be something worth watching. Absolutely. Worth seeing, not worth watching.
I know he'd be pretty proud of that going up against his toughest opponent by far.
Oh, for sure. Now, how funny would it be if Afroman actually bops Boston
That would be something.
in the tournament race?
Also, I say it's his toughest opponent by far, but I totally forgot about winner's bracket. I don't even remember who he faced in winners.
All right, we'll check real quick. He faced Skazi.
Oh, okay. I think that race was pretty close, wasn't it? It was like 20 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, I
Huh.
think they both got 101s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very entertaining race for how close it was. Also, you see that both runners here got the fire warp successfully.
Yep.
So a result from doing the fire warp is you consistently get a good butler cycle. Because when you reset, his cycle resets as well. So he's just right there at the beginning of the hallway.
But if you don't get candles optimally, he will be at the other end of the hallway.
Yeah, if you just suck or you're slow, then, you know, you're not going to get good luck.
Nope.
So while the butler's on his way to his room, we have just enough time to clear the laundry room.
Yep.
And we're going to see Afroman go for the chest skip here.
Gets it.
He gets it. Let's go. He's going to open the chest here, so he doesn't have to watch that cutscene when he comes back. Oh.
Yeah, totally enough time to take one more attempt at that, too.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely had time, but I don't blame him for wanting to play it safe.
Absolutely.
Oh, switching on him.
Right as he checks it, too.
Good read there. He knew exactly where the decoy was and went straight for the boo.
Very impressive read that, for sure. Now, will these runners go for the quad or the triple here?
I think he's gonna go for the quad.
Looks like the quad.
Yep. That was really nice. Wow.
That was a very clean.
I think the boo just switched right there in front of him. Yeah, let's go.
Wow, that RNG. All right. Now, we might see a second tech skip here called Laundry View Tech Skip. It is a very precise tech skip, though.
Wow. He's getting really good luck.
No way.
Oh. You hate to see it. That's fine, you know. You get one more attempt here with Boston. And I'm not...
Ooh.
I wasn't really sure what he was going for there, but I think he just failed at opening the chest.
He did. Took him a couple extra seconds there. All right. Afroman now heading into Melody's room. Now, Melody's room can have one of two things. Melody's room is also a very small amount of RNG, not even a time loss at all. But
struggling to find the boo here.
Yeah, not gonna even attempt laundry room tech skip.
Yeah, they're pretty far apart right now for how early into the run we still are, which is kind of unfortunate to see, but you know, we've got a lot of the run left, so don't count Boston out of it. Wow, that was, I thought the boo was gonna dip there.
Well, Afroman just punching on to the boo there. The very back end of it possibly escaping. But yeah, no, Afroman on incredible pace right now.
Yeah, his run's really good. Looks like he's gonna get like a 1920 something. I think it's gonna be a 1923. I think he's ahead of PB.
I think it's gonna be a 1930 right now. Oh wait, no, sorry, 20 seconds entering Lug's room, right?
Yeah. I didn't really see what time he entered, but I think it was 1903, so that's going to be a
1924. Yep. Very low 1924, though. So. What is Boston doing here? Oh, avoiding the poison mushroom, I think.
Yeah, because if you pull out the Game Boy Horror when there's a mushroom, and the mushroom hits you with the Game Boy Horror out, then Luigi won't shrink.
Same thing goes for cutscenes as well. If you're in a cutscene and a poison mushroom happens to hit you, it will not do anything. So like grabbing a key, grabbing a gem, grabbing anything really, or the EGAD text scene.
Afroman watering the plant. I wonder if he'll come back after each area to water it so he can get his big gold diamond.
I don't think he will with the pace he's on right now.
Yeah. Can't really blame him. You know, this is a good run.
Absolutely.
If his run were slightly worse, maybe he would.
If he 4 cycles Bogmire, I'm sure he would come back to do it for the meme.
Oh, I hope he
Just
doesn't.
missing the double here, but not a super big time loss. So
Yeah, that's probably about 5 seconds.
yeah. So he's still on a really good pace right now.
Looks like he's gonna get about a 21:48 Bogmire suck up if he 1 cycles.
BostonBrew in the corner here, gonna get purposely attacked by Spooky as it does spawn Mr. Bones here a little bit sooner. And getting instant Spooky as well. Very nice by Boston here.
So let's see if BostonBrew can have a better graveyard than Afroman did.
As long as he gets the double, it will be.
Very interesting double setup there. Man, losing Bogmire at 1 HP. You hate to see it.
You really do, and that was a sub 2 key pace as well. Dang. But nonetheless, still on PB pace.
I think he's still ahead of his PB as well.
He is. By just a few seconds, though. I've got his splits.
Oh.
Yep.
You must have each individual stream pulled up.
I don't have Boston's stream pulled up. I do have Afro's, though, just because he's on PB pace. I want to keep track of that.
Fair enough.
Boston with a very sketchy suck up there, but keeps in control.
Yeah. Saving time over Afroman there. Even though the setup was sketchy, he still cycled.
All right, now Area 3. This is where things can get interesting. A lot of things happen in Area 3.
Yeah, this is probably the most RNG reliant area in the game. So, you know, the tables can really turn here.
Absolutely. Now, it is unlikely, but worst RNG versus best RNG. Honestly, it is a possibility. It's very unlikely that'll happen, though. But
like he said, unlikely, but BostonBrew can definitely save a lot of time on Afroman here if he has better gameplay in RNG.
Yep.
All right, we're coming up to the most important part of the game right here, stumble skip. Let's see if Afroman gets it. He doesn't. Afroman loses the race. Boston wins.
Yep.
But wait, what happens if Boston doesn't get stumble skipped? Does that mean they both lose?
I think the race just continues as normal.
You may be right.
I don't know. We'd have to check the rule book.
Yeah. All right, let's see. This is very important. And he does.
Very close to falling off the table there.
Afroman, you might as well just go on ahead and cut stream, dude. You lose. So that boo's right behind him. Yep. He's not going to set up the tech skip. Don't really blame him.
You don't want the chance of losing that boo.
And the setup does take some time as well.
Absolutely.
For not going for it, he's just going to get out of there.
All right, Afroman now entering into Petunia first.
BostonBrew did try to set it up, but he messed up.
Yeah. And, Petunia pulling around a little bit here. Pulls off at 2 HP.
I haven't seen a Petunia one cycle in a hot minute. So that boo is currently right in front of Boston, but I think it's going to switch unless it is the decoy. There you go.
All right. Praying that Nanabu stays on here, which she does. And it looks like the boo might be in the table.
Ooh, let's see. Yes.
Amazing RNG.
You love to see that.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't really know how he's going to play this. Okay.
Really safe. Oh.
That's okay. He already got Petunia.
Yeah. So regardless of which way it goes in, I would have preferred it to go in the bathroom.
I agree.
Because it's a lot smaller of a room. So it doesn't take as long to walk towards the middle, get the boo, and then walk back to the door. You can do it all in the same space.
Exactly.
Boston here, doing 2 yellow balls first instead of a yellow, blue, yellow.
Afroman knocking on the wall.
All right, so unfortunately the boo is not in the table for Boston there. At least it was in the dresser, though, so not the worst possible RNG.
Nonetheless. Afroman not going for the freeze on the boo. I don't really blame him. You don't want to risk losing this boo, because if you lose this boo, that is extremely detrimental to the run.
Unless it goes to the left.
Yeah.
But if it goes down,
if it goes,
you're hoping it goes back up to Nana.
Or even in the Astral Hall.
Yeah, but if it goes... Oh! Afroman taking a bit of a good old smack in the face by one of the Shy Guys here. I believe it was the green one. And perfect RNG again. Even though his gameplay's a little off in this area, the RNG is picking it back up for him.
Yeah, I know he'd be a lot happier if he had better gameplay along with this good RNG, so he could capitalize on that and potentially have a really good run.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. I wasn't really sure what Boston was going to do about that, but good save.
All right. Afroman losing more time on this split here, but getting first try moonshot here. And he is now going to be, unfortunately, only 4 seconds ahead of his latest, which is 17 seconds slower than his PB. So,
yeah,
PB isn't dead, though.
It's definitely not out of the question, but he can't be messing up like he is right now.
He needs to play good. He needs to play consistent for the rest of this race.
Let's see some consistent gameplay, Afroman. You've got this. So I think Boston got first try moonshot as well. Very nice.
Absolutely. You love to see it.
I think the gap's still like 40-something seconds.
It is quite large. Well, actually, I can show you a comparison. Let's see here. Did you see what time Boston got on his moonshot?
No, but I can tell you what time Afroman entered the door downstairs by Biff's room. I think it was 36.
All right. This is a very good projector room from Afroman here.
Yeah. So it looks like a 44-second difference.
That is quite the gap.
Yeah, that's right.
Afroman here.
Oh, man. Luckily, this boo is pretty lenient, and he doesn't leave the room right away.
No. And
So that's not too big of a deal.
I think right here it would be much faster to save warp, but Afroman not going to.
I don't know. I'm not on the save warp train.
For me, I only save warp depending on my spot in the room. If I'm right by the door, I'd never save warp.
Yeah.
And Boston spawning the decoy here.
Uh-oh. Okay, he's good. That kind of scared me.
If that boo goes to the right, that's a lot of time loss.
For sure. But, you know, these are the types of mistakes that BostonBrew needs to see from Afroman. Because he needs to get back in this race.
All right. We are going to see some twins now, Henry and Orville. And where these two are is completely RNG, but now we know the two locations of them. Unfortunately, the worst RNG in the room here.
BostonBrew getting Van Gore text on the first boo that you can even get it on. Oh,
Ooh.
God. Wow.
Afroman playing it very, very close there.
That was a very clinch-worthy moment.
It definitely was.
So many things could have gone wrong there.
Afroman here spawning the boo before he goes for the shoe, which is in that red chest right there.
Yep, so this is the last Mario item. Now he's gonna get these last two boos in the area, one hallway, and then take the Mario items to the fortune teller.
Getting pretty good RNG there for Afroman. In the table there. Understanding the boo radar. Understanding it would not be in the portrait or in the dresser. Boston is really close to that shoe, and it is scaring me.
Pretty good optimization from Boston there. Ooh,
I thought he got the sheet first.
yeah.
That was like almost dead on the same frame. All right.
So
Well, if you guys want to grab yourself a quick snack, nothing is going to be going on because we have another solid minute and a half, or not another, but a solid minute and a half of just pure mashing.
yeah, Afroman entered Clairvoyant's room at 35-16, so we can take a look at when Boston enters and dictate how far apart they are from each other.
Boston struggling to read the boo radar a little bit here. And we'll get the tech skip as well.
So Afroman, like I said, had a 35-16 entrance. Boston, 36-06, so 50 seconds. Talking to the fortune teller in a very interesting spot, to say the least. Most of us just talk to her on the left side, but Boston's just kind of behind her. So this suck up in particular is kind of weird because she really doesn't have a pull to her, unlike the other portrait ghosts. So most of us just kind of spin our control sticks or our C sticks, and we find that that's the best way to suck her up,
Yeah.
just to counteract the fact that she has no pull whatsoever.
I still find it weird that we can, on Boston's screen there, Luigi is very intently staring at the fortune teller.
Yeah, it's a little freaky. Afroman, not forgetting ice this time.
This time, what happened last race?
He forgot ice.
I guess I could have guessed that one.
That was the one versus Skazi.
Oh. So if he didn't forget the ice there, that probably would have made him win that.
He might have won had he not forgotten the ice. I'm not gonna make any bold claims like he would have won had he gotten the ice, but it would have been a lot closer.
Oh, for sure. All right, Afroman here, just clearing up Safari Room here. Getting the double. Very close to that banana peel, though. All right.
Safari Room.
And Safari Room is cleared. And optimally, since he's over there, unfortunately the boo is in the boxes this time, but the way he had that set up, it is not the biggest time loss. If you check those boxes first, that can lose you a little bit of time. Very nice Safari Room as a whole from Afroman here. He is now going to switch into Sidestep. And this just makes it easier to avoid ghosts spawning during the blackout.
Yeah, so Sidestep has no effect on this Boolossus fight whatsoever, contrary to popular belief.
Because regardless if you're in Sidestep entering the Boolossus fight or not, and doing Sidestep after, you are in Sidestep relatively the entire time anyway.
Yeah, you can really switch to Sidestep at any point. Most people do it right before the blackout. But most of us do it right before the Boolossus fight just because that's like the popularized time to do it. All right, let's see how this ice shot goes. Not very good. This is gonna be a 2 cycle, no doubt.
Just about a 1 cycle though, and Afroman being behind his latest run means sub 101 is most likely lost at this point. Ooh.
Interesting shot.
Clean second cycle though.
Yeah.
Now Afroman, an entire Boo losses fight ahead of BostonBrew here.
Yeah, but that 2 cycle is exactly what Boston needs to gain some ground. So if Boston gets a 1 cycle here, he could save some time.
Oh, absolutely. A clean 1 cycle nonetheless. A 1-shot all Boos. He moved a little bit too forward there. Oh my goodness! A Boo flinging across the map there. And getting a 1 cycle. Very nice as well.
So yeah, I'm not really sure if Afroman can still PB. I'm assuming he can, but it's going to be really difficult at this point.
Well, he is 12 seconds behind his latest run, which puts him 29 seconds behind his PB.
It's not out of the question, though. But like I said, it's going to be pretty difficult. He's going to have to play out of his mind.
He will relatively need to be playing at like a roughly like a 57-58 pace for the rest of this run. Or sorry, a 57-58 player for the rest of this run.
Yeah, I was like 57, 58. That's like a very specific time. All right, so this race definitely got a lot closer with Afroman 1 cycling Bulasis. Or excuse me, Boston. So they're both coming up to the blackout here. And we need to go suck up Uncle Grimly. And just like the floating Werlindas, it's random when Grimly shows his heart, but unlike the Werlindas where they have a preset time in which they show their hearts, Grimly's is totally randomized, so he could show his heart right when you walk into the door or about 50 seconds later. But that's rare.
Which is the highest recorded time. So it could be even longer.
Yeah. Like I said, that's rare, though. On average, it's maybe like 3 to 5 seconds. Anything longer is just, it sucks.
You get to 10 seconds, it sucks. Anything beyond that is just absurd.
Yeah.
Personally got a 19-second Grimly just recently, and I wanted to throw my disc out the window. Won't be getting Instagram here.
That was
So,
about 5 seconds.
4 or 5 seconds, yep, for sure. But Boston can save 4 or 5 seconds here with the Instagram. So... Not getting Instagram. Ooh, but getting a 1 second Grimly, that's pretty solid.
Instagram. That's as close to Instagram as you get.
Absolutely.
The next best thing.
So Boston saving, I believe, 3 to 4 seconds on Afroman there.
Yeah, Boston's slowly gaining ground here. We'll see how they compare by the end of the run.
Afroman not going for the double. I was tricked.
You were deceived.
I was.
I don't think Boston goes for the double either.
Hmm.
Yeah, that double actually saves like 6 seconds, so it's quite a lot of time.
Is it really that much?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Lots of double cackles happening from Afroman here. All right, Afroman now heading up to Clockwork Room, which is where you'll see the toy soldiers.
Oh, a mushroom. He actually got... Okay, Boo just switched out of the left barrel. I was about to say, he got really bad luck there. Then the Boo switched.
I guess that poison mushroom was kind of a blessing. This is just a long trek up to Clockwork. It's a really long walk.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? You think either of these guys are going to go for Toy Soldier double?
I'm not entirely sure. Boston might attempt it to try to gain a little bit of ground on Afroman. But I think Afroman understands his lead and might play it safe.
Yeah. And I would not blame Afroman for that one bit.
Absolutely not.
He's
And
got
that's assuming that these two runners are watching the stream. So. Kind of looks like Afroman did set up for it, though.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You hate to see it. Uh-oh. He was gonna go for it, but he backed out when he saw that mushroom.
And it looked like that blue toy soldier was pretty close to breaking off there.
Alright, so I can, like, confidently say that Afroman's gonna go for the regular burn here. But you know Boston's gotta go for the fabled Boston burn.
If he doesn't, I will be severely disappointed.
He goes for it like every run. I imagine he'll do it here as well.
Which is probably why it's called the Boston Burn. Where did that name originate from?
Well, Boston found the strat, so, you know, Boston, and then you burn the shy guy,
Okay.
and you group them together and get all 6.
Yeah.
It's just a very catchy name. Yep, here he goes. Bonking into them.
Now, done optimally, how much does that strat save you?
Over burning, I think it's just ever so slightly faster, if done optimally.
Almost missing the double there.
Yeah, I'd say like a second faster, if even that.
All right.
You know, you'd just rather do the burn,
Yeah.
because it's guaranteed that way, that you don't mess up.
True. Ooh.
Nice triple.
Very nice triple here. Now, Is he going to search for the boo before grabbing the key, or is he going to grab the key first? He is going to search for the boo first.
Nice RNG.
Yeah. We're going to see him look away from the boo here, so that way the boo charges him and aligns him up perfectly to set up for a 1 cycle on this boo. As with the boo pumping, which you are seeing Afroman currently do, you can do it 15 times. So if a boo has 150 HP, it's a little bit more difficult to get the 1 cycle on them.
For sure. So Boston could have perfect RNG here. I don't know why he didn't check that. Nice.
Get perfect RNG.
Wow, that's exactly what he needs.
Really does. And Boston is also playing really good right now. So
Yeah, he's had a pretty good area 4 thus far.
absolutely gaining a little bit of ground on Afroman here, but Afroman's still going to need a bit more of a bigger mess up in order for BostonBrew to catch up. Or just a series of very small mess ups. Well, there's the first mess up there.
Yeah, Afroman's lead's kind of getting to the point where if Afroman slow 3 cycles, Boston could 2 cycle and win.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Boston's just playing really well right now, and, you know, like I said, he's gaining a lot of ground here.
Afroman just struggling to escape the pipe room chaos that is happening.
Not a very good room from Afroman. Oh, wow. Oh,
Ooh.
that would have been really nice, too. Because he had him stuck in the campfire for like half the suck up.
Yeah. But at least he is on JP copy, because on English copy, he'd be at 30 health right now.
He doesn't need to worry about pearls either. Because they're all stuck behind the campfire.
Yep.
Except for that one straggler right there.
Good boo read from Afroman here.
Boston, 1 cycling Weston.
Saving just that little bit more time.
Wow, this is like... It just got a lot closer.
Now, I'm not sure if you know the visual for a double cackle, but... Wow, Boston, we're getting a perfect Weston boo.
Yeah, I particularly don't like standing on the right side of the boo because he could very well just bonk into you. Alright, so we'll see when both of these guys enter Van Gore's room, and we'll calculate how far apart they are. So 54-17. And 54-41. So if Afroman slow 3 cycles King Boo and Boston 2 cycles, Boston will win.
Yep. Well, we have to take Van Gore boo into account, too.
Yep. So right now, the odds are highly stacked against Boston, but he's definitely not out of it.
Oh, for sure. Also, the infamous crown theft is still a potential outcome here.
Crown theft has only happened in one race, I believe. That was Blue Hits versus Switchmaster back in 2018.
Yeah.
Hippoot's reaction to it was a little overboard, I'd say, but you know, it was something. Made for good entertainment.
Absolutely. Ooh, Afroman getting super lucky on when that poison mushroom decided to hit him. Like I said, in a cutscene, that mushroom cannot affect you.
Oh,
Ooh, Boston missing a double. Or triple.
yeah, triple. God, aren't you glad I'm here?
Yeah. You guys are getting a lot more of an informative commentary when I'm with someone else. But if I'm on my own, chances are I had 4 Red Bulls before the match.
You gotta pick up the slack of not having a second commentator.
Oh, absolutely. Plus, I just find showcasting a little more exciting.
That's fair. So Afroman is going to 3-cycle this boo.
And if Boston 2 cycles this boo.
Yeah, that's good news for him. Because he's gonna save more time.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks like he's very, very possible on the 2 cycle here.
Oh yeah, 137.
He's allowed to let a bucackle happen once, which is going to happen right there, but I believe there's 2.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be close, but I think he's good.
Oh, there
Yeah.
was only 1.
Man.
Boston cutting a little bit close there, but I think at this point, even if Afroman gets a fast 3, Boston is still in it.
It's crazy how close Afroman came to PB here. I think this is gonna be within like 20 seconds of his PB.
It's going to be very, very close.
So yeah, reminder, Afroman has a 1 hour, 1 second time. And if he 2 cycles, he's gonna get a 1 hour 10. So 9 seconds. And if Boston 2 cycles, he will get a 1 hour 26.
Which is also not a bad run for
So
the time he has.
the pressure is really on these 2 runners right now, because if Afroman doesn't 2 cycle and Boston does, Boston will win.
Yep.
But in order for Boston to win, Afroman has to mess up. So, we'll see what happens here. There's just really nothing to say right now, we want to see this unfold. Okay, 251, that is definitely 2 cyclable. Really hate to see a choke right now. Oh, I don't think Boston's gonna 2 cycle. It's gonna be close. 270, yeah, there's no way. 2 cycles have been done from that number, but like, oh man. All right. Well, this just got a lot closer, but it's not enough for Boston to make a comeback. This race is pretty much over. And it looks like Epiphany left the call, so it's just me. God, I was really waiting for him to leave. Alright. And that's time, and Epiphany was doing the controls, so like, I guess now I have to mark the winner.
Well,
Yo, what's up?
how was the run or the race?
It was good.
I
Pretty
imagine
close.
pretty close.
Yeah.
Entire time.
Well, the 11-second difference at the end.
Yeah, 11 seconds. That's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected out of this because we're pretty close to each other in terms of like skill and our PBs. In fact, he even got a new PB the other day, so
yeah, we weren't really sure how that was going to affect you psychologically, you know.
it really didn't. It was really just like area 3 and 4. I mean, I didn't do as bad because I was really close to like getting 10 seconds within my PB. But King Boo has always been frustrating because that should have 2-cycled. Like, I don't understand how that didn't 2-cycle.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do enough damage somehow.
Yeah, I don't really know what you did wrong there either. You know, you had him pretty low to the ground on that second cycle, so I'm not really sure where you went wrong.
And that just seems to be constantly happening. Like, I don't know. Regardless of what I did, I could never get like around 250 HP per cycle.
Yeah.
But other than that,
you had a pretty outstanding run up until like mid area 3.
Yeah, when I was like, when I 2-cycled that Nana's Boo, that lost to me like, I think 15 or 20 seconds. And then what else? I mean, area 4 though was actually pretty good or decent, because I mean, except for Van Gore getting 3-cycled, but Van Gore Boo getting 3-cycled, but I mean, still, I just wish it would have ended like with a King Boo 2-cycle, but hey.
It's very disappointing to see, but you know, you still won nonetheless, so there's that.
I know. I should have I feel like Boston should have like overtook me at that point.
And we were discussing that. We were saying, you know, if you don't 2-cycle this and Boston does, then Boston will win.
Right.
But yo, what's going on, Boston? How was the run?
I can't hear him.
Okay, well,
Nobody can.
Boston's dead.
All right. Well, until Boston responds, I'd like to say, Afroman, you are going to be moving on to the losers round 3 against the Lich PhD.
Sweet.
So, how you feeling about going into that match?
All I can really do is just kind of like prepare for like just prepare for my next run, really. I don't expect to win, but I at least can try to get a 59. But yeah.
Well, I'll tell you firsthand. Glitch is a really good friend of mine, and I critique his runs all the time. And he's not a very consistent runner, so you know you could have a chance against him.
Yeah, it could happen, because, well, I don't mean to like, no offense to Skazi or anything, but if that ends up happening again, I don't know.
Yeah, just don't forget the ice this time.
Oh, well, I was just gonna like make a joke as a friendly reminder. I didn't forget ice.
Yeah. Yeah, we brought that up.
I'm just
But
like
yeah, he
making
got ice
smack
this
talk
time.
to myself because I will at least do that once every tournament.
Right.
Oh, I was like, did you? I was like making fun of myself for missing or forgetting that stumble on the well,
Oh yeah.
and then I got the stumble skip on the rooftop.
Oh, that made up for it. So that's why you won the race.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I've been actually getting. Yeah, I won the race because of that. But I don't know. It doesn't. I've somehow got the impression now that that stumble skip doesn't seem as random because, like, I realized my angle was straightforward when I went off the ladder, but I held my angle to like the bottom left, and it worked.
Interesting.
And that worked. And it also sometimes maybe would have, and maybe I don't think this influences it at all, but I sometimes switch to vacuum after taking out vacuum skip. So
Yeah.
that's just what I observed when going for it, but I don't know.
I don't really understand that stumble skip at all. So it's interesting to hear some insight to it as to
Right, yeah.
a potential setup for it.
Yeah. I think my biggest what was the biggest mistake in Area 2? Was it like was it 2-cycle Bogmire because he got 1 HP?
Yeah, I think that might have been your biggest mistake. You had
Yeah.
a pretty good area too. And talking about Boston's run a little bit, you know, he was behind like right out of the gate. He had some bad candles, so he was already 2 seconds behind you, and then he messed up on the first ghost. So that
Oh.
put him at about 5 seconds behind. And then he missed a Shy Guy double and Ballroom and missed early release.
Wow.
So he was about 20 seconds behind you at Boo release.
Okay.
But overall, he saved a lot of time. He made up a lot of ground.
Yeah, where was because I realized I lost probably like I guess it was like around 20 almost 20 seconds in Colossus, so I guess he made up around like close to 10 seconds around there.
Yeah. And Boston says that he fixed his mic. Boston, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool.
All right.
How did you feel about that run overall?
Not good.
All right, that's a good answer.
That was a very frustrating, annoying run.
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause
Like
I feel like I
saying.
played so well, but I just missed so many little things that just added up to just choking enough time away to lose the race. So I'm extremely unhappy with that run.
Yeah, and it started right at the very beginning of the run too.
Yep.
Like I said,
I
with
keep
the
screwing up
candles.
Parlor for some reason. The easiest room in the game, right?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
of course, you know, missing early release didn't help at all. That very well could have made the difference.
I had a couple poison mushrooms that spawned, and I already have PTSD from getting hit by one in my first race. So I just sit there in the Game Boy Horror like, nope, not getting hit by this.
Yeah. Freaking that also screwed me up in Clockwork Room because I was trying to set up for a double, but then Poison Mushroom spawned, and I ended up having to get them singles with a ghost despawning.
Right. Is there anything you got to say, Epiphany? I think I have said what I had to say.
I mean, I will say this. It was a overall good race.
Yeah, it was.
It was very close at the end there. It was very nice to watch. Even with you guys playing not exactly a large margin out of your guys' PB, your guys' times in that race still showed quite a bit of consistency. Even with Boston, you messing up several different things, you still pulled off a 1 flat, which is very impressive. You still played just out of a minute of your PB. So again, both great from both of these guys. If you guys want to see more runs from them, go give them a follow right now. There are links. Wow, okay, I already had it pre-set up. There you go. So you can go follow them, Mr. Afroman 20 on Twitch and BostonBrew on Twitch. Again, both great runners, with Boston just getting recently a 59. Which, how long has it been? How long have you been trying to get that 59, Boston?
8 years.
Yep.
Man.
I'll probably be the next one to get it.
All right. Yeah. Afroman, you were on incredible pace at the beginning there. Very good early game. Just that area 3 just set you back a little bit.
Yeah, I need to work on Nana because that always is like where I start to choke. Because yeah, pearls are always in the way, and then Book ends up escaping into hallways. Thankfully, he didn't go into the bottom. He just went left.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I mean,
And
I kind of had a plan going to try to get a 1 cycle, but
yeah, and me and HD were talking about this. I noticed you were trying to guide it into Nana's room again, and I brought up the point that if you had put it into the bathroom, it probably would have saved you just a little bit of time.
yeah, you're
over
probably
that.
right. I just didn't remember if he could go into bathroom or not, but
Yeah.
I guess he
He
does.
can. It's just
Okay.
he can't hide in there. So if you leave him in there, he'll just go to another room.
Okay. All right, I'll do that next time.
Yeah. So, yep, again, great run. Good times from both of these guys overall, honestly.
And before we head out, I'm just gonna say tomorrow at 9 p.m. we've got HT Delta versus Flout. Still need some commentators for that, but that will be another good race. So tune in for that as well.
Absolutely. All right. With that being said, I believe we are all done here.
Yep.
And
Well,
so,
Hey, great run, Boston.
GG's,
And,
Afroman. Get that 59, dude. You really can do it. I truly believe you can do it.
Yeah, it's been 2 years in the making.
At least
Okay.
it's not 8.
Oh god. Oh man.
Yep.
But
You'll get
yeah.
it.
GG's, and thanks to you guys for the commentary. I'll watch it back.
Of course. It was a
all
pleasure.
right. With that being said, I am now sending it off.
All right. Peace.